Hello there and welcome back to my videos. In this video we will speak about the project I have with the authentication, and in the previous video I create about the first step for the provider, and in this video I will show how you can get the provider out if you are administrator, and then I will show how you can update a provider if you are general administrator or you are administrator for the single provider for your account. That's what we want to do today, and I will just spring out and show how we're doing. We will add two more here, and the first one should be get, and the second one should be update up here, and this one should be post, and this one should be get. That's the URL we want to work with. And of course it will broke now because we don't have the update and the get. So that's going up for the Flask provider here, and we have the create here, and I'll go down a little bit, and then I want to say the static def get, and then we need the update too. Maybe we want to move around with the code before we're finished here, but that's fine. And then I think we need, I just need to see my documentation here. Yes, we will start with the get, and the get we will be sure about we are logging here, logging info, and then we say provider get provider, and then we say if the request, I can just take this up, almost this guy can't take. Let's take this. We just code it one more time, and then we can say if the token doesn't exist, then we can say login info provider get provider authentication token is not succeeds, and then we are ready for the next step. I want the provider ID here. The provider ID, it's the request and the arguments get ID, and then we want to go inside to say get provider, it's equal to provider, and the provider ID should be the provider ID here, and we want to say accept does exist, does not exist, pass. I'll come up here from Mongo engine, import does not exist here, and it's going down here in parent, and if it's not exist, we will return about this not found. So let's go up here and say not found 404. So that's what we want if something is going wrong here. Else we want to just say OK about this. We don't validate right now, we just provide about it to exist or not. And then we need to go inside the provider because we are up here, and in the previous video we created the create command, and we have a standard commands up here, and now we will need to create this, so we need to finish it. So let's go inside here and say try, and then self provider, it's equal to ODM provider, and then objects get, and we need the primary key, say provider ID, and then we'll say logging info. We don't have any logging inside here, so import logging. And what we want to do now, it's say provider ID found. So that's cool. Yes. And then we hit does from Mongo engine import does not exist. Whoops. And we go inside here and say logging not found, and erase does not exist. We will raise the same command if it doesn't exist, else we will go inside. So the code will break if anything here it's fail, and right now that's okay. And of course, if we found this one, we will say administrators is equal to self provider and administrators. And what we will use this for, it's we will contain a lot of administrators. It will be allowed, and we will contain it here in the class, so we always can use it if we want. But if we have an administrator, of course, and that's what we want to do now. And then we will build the get function. The get function will not just be def get. I will call it the get content, because what we are doing here is just taking the content out and then return it as a dictionary. And when we have this, I will go here for the crate and say self get content, because that's what we want. And want to return, I want to return the ID strings, should be self provider, and then the primary key, and then we need the name. And we will continue for this in the last field. So going up here to say description, and then we have administrators, and we have environment, and we have secret keys, the private and the public, and then we have the allow guests sign up, and then we have it deactivated here. And then basically we want to, this will working. So let's say content it's equal to provider get content. So that should working. Let's try it out. We have it here, and I have the get command here, and the Mongo, it's just the ID here, and let's see how it reacts. And it's still not working because it's not found. So we have an error, of course. Let's see what's happening. It's some in the URL we have in the box here. Oh, of course. Update and get my mistake. And let's go in for the postman again and see what's happening. And we have all the data, so that's good. And if we're going back and run the pod command, and we get the data here. So let's going back and continue with the get. So right now all can get this information about the provider just if you know the ID, and that's not very good. So let's close it down so only administrators can get this. So what we want to do now is just say if request this variable and say administrator or object ID request authentication token ID is in provider administration, else and of course we need to import it up here. Now it's not broken. I think it will be broken, but then we say from basin object ID import object ID, and then we can scroll down to what we're working with here and see about this is working as it should be. So that's what we want. And then we need to say, if we're going down here and say forbidden, and this should be 403, whoops, 403, and of course content should not be allowed to go inside here. And then I just need a login to say provider found with ID but account is not allowed to return data. And then we need the same ops here, provider found and account allowed to return data. And I think that's good enough. And let's just see about it now. Let's say the get. Let's go back for the Mongo, and inside here we have no administrators right now. And if I go for my account and say I'm not administrator anymore, let's just play with this, and I will copy this one. We need that's my username, and I'm going inside here and it will say forbidden because we're not administrator anymore. If I'm going back here and say edit up and add my account for the administrator, I should get the data. And you can see I have two options now. I could be the administrator on the provider level, or I can be on the system level. And that's it, and thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoy. Remember to subscribe to this channel. You can go in the right corner below and press the ding. And in the next video I will explain how we can update the provider with the new data and something like that. And I'm really happy to have you here and watching my video, and I really hope you learned something from me. And use the comments to hit me and feedback, and press the like button, share with your friends, and help my channel up. And of course add a fair play playlist so you never forgot this video. Thank you so much, and remember this is one of many videos from me. Hope to see you next time. Bye.